Today, you're going to choose an insect or bug to draw, and we're going to be using oil pastels today. The first thing we need to do is on our colored paper, we need to write our names on the back with our class code in pencil. Once your name and class code are on there, and if you have a dark paper like I do, it's okay if you can't really see it. When you look closely, you should be able to see it, and that is just fine. Now we're going to choose a light color to start our drawing today. So colors like gray, yellow, maybe like a tan or goldish color, something like that would be great. Today we're only going to be drawing the lines on our bug or insect today. We're not going to be worrying about the color. So really, I want you to pick one color to use. Before you get started though, check on the back, just make a teeny tiny line. See if it shows up. If it shows up, you're good to go. You're good to use it. But if it's too dark or too light where you can't really see it, then choose a different color and see how that works. So everything we draw today is kind of going to be just like a sketch. When you're ready, flip your paper over, and now we're going to begin. So today we are working with oil pastel. That means what you draw, you can't really erase. But don't worry, because we're going to end up covering our whole entire paper with color eventually. Today, we're only worrying about drawing shapes. So I only want you to look at drawing the shapes. Don't even worry about the color just yet. When we draw from observation, there's so many different ways that we can begin, but I want you to find the biggest shape on your insect or bug today. Is it the wings? Is it the body? Or is it the legs? The eyes? What's the biggest part on your insect? For me, mine is this back part here. So I'm going to start off by drawing this back shape. And when I look at this shape, I'm going to think of the shape words in my mind. Like, is it an oval? Is it a rectangle? Is it a triangle? For me, I see this as a really, really stretched out long oval. So when I go to draw this part, I'm going to take a look. Is it slanted? Is it straight across? However I see it, that is what I'm trying to draw on my paper. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make my long stretched out oval. And if I make a mistake along the way, it's okay. Again, we're going to be covering our whole entire paper eventually with oil pastels. So again, I'm just drawing that stretched out oval shape. And now I'm going to move on to the next shape I see. This is more like a squished oval. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my squished oval. Every single part of this I'm thinking of as one shape or maybe even a combination of shapes. The next part I'm going to move on. I'm moving from back to front. Now I'm going to draw this little section here. It's kind of like a triangle and a rounded rectangle. Now what shape are my eyes? They're like two big circle eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Except one circle, since it's behind the other one, it's a little bit squished. I'm noticing here, front part is like a semicircle. And the rest of the head I'm going to fill in as well. Also, I can take this time to adjust it if I need to. It's okay, I don't need to erase that line. Eventually we're going to be adding lots and lots of colors, so you don't need to worry if it's not perfect. Okay, now it's time for me to draw my wings. I'm just getting the general shape of my wings. I'm not going to worry about all these teeny tiny lines today. So I'm noticing, where do the wings start from? Do they start back here? Do they start on top of here? I'm going to pick one wing to begin with. Again, I'm thinking of that shape. These front wings are more like ovals. So when I draw my wing, I'm going to notice, are they long? I can even measure it with my hand and notice that it's about the same size as something else on my paper. So maybe when I go and draw my wing, I'm double checking if it's about the same size as that tail part. Just like when we draw with pencil, you can start off lightly until you get it right, and then once you feel more confident in your shape, go ahead and add it a little bit bigger. Now I'm noticing that this wing looks a little bit different because it's coming forward. So I'm gonna re-measure that and see if it matches up with something else that I can use. It's like about half the size of this other part. Uh-oh, I noticed that I made my wing a little too up close here. So now I'm going to just go back and move it a little bit. And again, I'm not getting too caught up in that because I know that I'm going to be adding colors all around it. So the lines that I'm not sure about, I don't need to worry too much. Okay, once I'm done getting the lines on my paper, I am done for today. I'm just going to check my work though and make sure everything is where I want it. This is going to set me up for when I'm ready to add my oil pastel on top, all the rest of my colors. I will have a nice space where I can start to fill my colors in. So once you feel ready, you're good to go. You can put your oil pastel back in the case and double check your name is on it. I will come collect your artwork.